We got word yesterday via Dave Pagnotta of the fourth period. Contract negotiations underway with Anthony Stolarz, which you sort of tipped earlier on in the offseason. Remember when I pressed you a bit, you're like, well, why do they have to do it now? Well, maybe they come back and they start conversing. I believe Stolarz is back in Toronto, will be back in Toronto the next couple days. So negotiations underway. But it actually prompted me to write an article for the LeafsNation.com and get out of my summer funk a bit. And I just talked about the depth this organization suddenly possesses in between the pipes. It's a good thing to have. You look around the league, so many teams looking for goaltending, and it's a strong asset the Maple Leafs possess right now. But I'm all in on trying to re-up with Stolarz. You're going to be smart about it, but I like the guy.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird because it seems like he just signed, right? But you sign a 2-year deal, 1 year goes by, and you can re-up. So it's one of those things I'm excited to look at. Obviously, everyone's fingers are crossed. Everyone picks up right where they left off. But yeah, we had one of the best tandems in the National Hockey League, and part of a problem of last year postseason, Stolarz got hurt, and I was vocal the whole year about him being. He was the number one guy in my mind. He seemed to have the most poise. He seemed to play the best. He seemed to be highest on him and was the most consistent. And he did win that starting job. Unfortunately, got hurt. So who knows what could have happened had that not happened. But I'm all about extending this guy, getting him. I don't know what that deal would look like, but they've got cap room to play with, and they finally found a goalie, potentially two goalies. Like maybe they might fight each other for how high can we go? And I mean, what an amazing problem to have is you don't know what goaltender to play because they're both playing so damn good. That is very much a reality right now. And I'd be all about getting Stoli extended for years to come.
And I think in this position specifically, you want guys to push each other. That's why I love the dynamics right now in the AHL. I love the dynamics right now in the NHL, like Woll and Stolarz to push each other. But I tend to agree with your assessment. Like, there's always this what if world for me of like, what if Stolarz was healthy? Do they beat the Panthers? Like, he was just so rock solid all season long. 21-8-3, 2.14, 9.26, 4 shutouts. I got to credit the Leafs to begin with. A year ago at this time, I didn't know how I felt about Anthony Stolarz. I'm like, okay, he's a big body. Let's see how he does in Craig Berube's system. But I think he made a lot of people shut up really, really quickly in this market. And more specifically, you played with the guy. I just love his demeanor. Like, I think he's got the perfect demeanor, just like Joseph Woll, to handle everything that comes with being a Toronto Maple Leaf. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do. And I've always liked Stoli. He was quite young when I played with him, but he's like, for a goalie, he's pretty jokey and pretty loose. And his demeanor is just really solid, just solid guy. And then all of a sudden, unexpectedly, I think about him in Toronto, and I think it translates really well. And I think he proved
Mm-hmm.
year one that it translates really well. And I tip my cap to Tree Living for, everyone's looking for that diamond in the rough. Everyone's looking to bring in someone who his value is X, but his potential and his ability is Y. And you bring in Stoli, who's never got really a chance to be a number one. He's hidden behind like Bobber in his previous setup. Pretty tough place to deal with. And he thought, hey, we're going to bring him in. I think he can be a viable goaltender in this market, no less. And in he comes, and like you say, didn't waste any time improving that. So unbelievable pickup by Tree. And yes, great kid, great guy, good goalie, great goalie. I mean, I'm thinking about last year watching the games, and it's just this sense of calmness back there that reverberates through the rest of the lineup because he's just poised, and the way he moves, it's purposeful and it's with confidence. And that's just, for a player to know that's back there, that's so huge. It just makes everyone, take the tension down a little bit, and you can free yourself up and play a little freer and more confident because that guy's back there and you can kind of rely on him. And the guys did that, and he was there to pull his weight and then some last season. So again, hopefully he picks up right where he left off. He's a good guy to have.
Really is a nice story, especially considering his age, wrong side of 30, I guess you can call it now. But you don't see this a lot in the NHL world where a guy really finds his groove later on. But we're seeing that right now with Anthony Stolarz. So I beg the question, like, what's too long in terms of a contract? Like, how long would you go here with a Stolarz contract?
Good question. I wonder what that's going to look like. If you extend him on a 3-year deal, then you've got 4 more years of Stoli, like who knows what's going to happen. Like in 5 years, everyone's sure they still want to be in Toronto. Like Stoley's
Sure.
sure that in 5 years, I don't know if
Yeah.
he is or not. In 5 years, how much could change? Like how much are we going to want? I don't know. So I think 3 years is a nice number. Maybe Stoley wants
Yeah.
more. I have no idea. But I just think in the perfect world, we know what we have. We got a year ahead of us and then 3 more after that. I think that's lots. And we see where that leads us to. But I mean, I don't think it's going to be a 1 or 2 year deal. I really don't. I think Stoley's earned more than that as far as job security. Like you said, been around the block before, in his 30s now. And he's probably looking for some security after proving that he deserves it last year. So it'd be interesting to see that. What's your thought on the numbers?
Yeah, I think 3 to 5 years. I honestly feel like it's an easy negotiation considering the contracts that have been delved out in between the pipes in the last year alone, like the Blackwoods of the world. There's a lot of comps, I think, from the Stolarz point of view. He's a couple years older, but I would probably say 3 to 5 years, $5 to $6 million is where it's going to land. Maybe 4.5 to 6. I think they'd be lucky to get Stolarz in the 4s. I think it's going to be in the 5s. That's just my assessment. Nothing I know, but I think I'm ready to take that risk with this guy because of his value, what he brings to the table. The other thing to talk about too is like he hasn't been annoying or bitchy about having to share the net with Joseph Woll. Like I think both guys have been very appreciative of each other. It's worked. It's very Swayman Allmark. If you ask me, at least the perception, it seems like they like each other. That's hard to find in a land of egos, man. So like that's not talked about enough either. Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.